Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
That's how we kickstart this morning's conversations here on the show. And you know how we do it every single Monday to Friday, bring you insightful conversations. And when we have guests, we have special guests joining us on the show. Before we jump into convo, again, quick reminder that we're not localizing the Halloween at Live Resto, but we're localizing the meals at Live Resto Lounge in East Legon this, today, and every other day. Just join them, especially on Sunday, for their brunch, where you enjoy special dish like tuozafi, omutuo, groundnut soup, fufu, light soup. The list is endless. If you want to make a reservation, make it happen at 0201-337766 on your screens now, and experience Live Resto Lounge. Eat hot, eat good. Quick reminder, Betway is the official betting partner for Arsenal, and they're bringing you way more with the new fan exclusive page. Well, so place any bet on Arsenal, and you stand a chance of winning exciting monthly prizes from Range Rovers, from a range of Arsenal jerseys to memorabilia and more. But there's even a bigger one for you. Play on the pitch, once in a lifetime experience for you if you play this game and bet on Arsenal. This competition is ongoing till the 31st of January in 2025, exclusive to Betway. Betway gets way more. Terms and conditions apply, regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. And I want to remind you that Lancaster University has got a great offer for you if you offer a degree program at Lancaster. 50% on scholarship, where you'll be taught by the finance faculty, trained to UK standards in their ultra-modern campus. For more information, just go onto their website. It's lancaster.edu.gh, or you can also email them at admissions@lancaster.edu.gh and call them on 0209 60 70 08. Lancaster, it is the only British university campus in West Africa. Great news from Pepsodent Cavity Fighter. Brush your teeth morning and evening with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, and you are guaranteed to have the protection your teeth will need, and it will leave your teeth 10 times stronger. Why? Because it is fortified with pro-fluoride and micro-calcium ingredients that seal tiny and invincible holes in your teeth, and this prevents cavities and gives you strong teeth and keeps your mouth very healthy. Comes in various pack sizes: 175 gram, 120, 65, and 12 gram sachet. And so you can always get what you want, what you can afford at any time. Brush your teeth morning and evening with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter to protect your teeth. This morning, we are honored to have Superstar live in the building. Make some noise for Nadia Buari. Yes. Welcome to our studios. Welcome. First time in my almost a decade of media engagement. This is the first time that I think I'm engaged, if not second, probably. Yes.
I think it's the first time.
First time, yes.
Yeah.
First time.
Almost a decade. Almost 2 decades.
But if I have done a decade, what about me when I was watching hair movies on TV? What shall I say? Yeah, they are gurus in the game. Take it easy.
I'm saying for you.
Small boy. she just tried to tease me. Nadia, welcome to Culture Daily. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Yes. Looking fabulous.
Your studio is really nice.
Oh,
thank you.
What's my design?
We built it ourselves.
It was my design. Tell the truth.
At this point, for every guest that comes in to say that
We
your
have one,
studio
we
is
have one.
nice, we
We
should
have
put
one.
a box so that they put money in it. We'll be cashing out by now,
Your studio is
honestly.
nice. Show us.
Show us. Yes.
Your studio is nice.
We
Show
take
us.
dollars.
Yeah, we take dollars.
Wow, it's an honor to have you join us.
Thank
This is
you.
going to be pretty long convo, but I mean, I wish I could just jump straight to the movie, but wait, let's ease it. Oh, okay, so Godwin's joining us now. There he is. This man, let me tease him small. So this morning around 4 a.m., I'm scrolling on my Instagram, and I see a video of him, at work, doing some training exercises with this U.S. Army lady, and I'm like, he wants to join, and then
Charlie,
the army already.
I desire to be in the army.
Okay.
It's always been a lifelong dream, but Charlie, Ghana Army will not take us.
Please be asking him how. I mean, you've been very focused on movies, but he's trying to double do different things, and I'm wondering how his time is juggling in and out.
How?
Yeah,
How am I
you been
doing?
doing?
yeah, how you doing that?
Like everybody says, the grace of God.
Hey.
It's the grace of God. honestly.
Universal answer.
I tell you,
Universal
brother,
answer.
it's the grace of God.
Wow, welcome,
Thank you very
brother.
much,
It's
brother.
good to always have you around.
Good to see you again,
Yeah,
Mr. Foley.
Charlie, you know.
Real?
Charlie, it's been a minute.
Lenny?
Lenny, yes.
Yes, Godwin.
Man, good
Yes.
to see you guys.
See,
So-
Godwin, I like the grey patch.
Oh,
Growing gracefully.
Lenny. Stop it.
No. He's
Don't
young
do
with
that.
grace. That's it. It's not.
No,
it's
I
not-
like
It's
it.
young with grace. It's just-
You understand?
Nadia was saying she's a big fan. Oh yeah, you stone boy.
She's not being fan, no, she's being family.
Yes, I'm part of the family. Yes.
There's a difference.
You
Huh?
know, you know.
He's a non-member. Outsiders are confused. They don't see us clearly. They don't. Oh,
It's been an
Bless you.
amazing journey for you. I mean, in your for those who have followed your journey up until this place, it's been a long journey for you. But you have a very beautiful way of keeping yourself away from all the the noise. But yes, still you are in the noise, a
Yes.
different noise. And I wonder whether there's strategy to your life.
So when I started out, it was imperative for me to be able to draw a boundary, have a boundary. I wanted people to know me for my craft,
Yeah.
and not what I did behind the cameras.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been. So it's been strategic. That's
Yeah.
what I've been working on.
Yeah. Talking about you being behind the camera, we love to always find out about people, not necessarily prying into their private life, but just get to understand them a little bit more than what they show off to, before in front of the cameras. There's this particular question that we keep asking our guests. What kind of family do you come from?
What kind of family?
And when I say what kind of family, in terms of morals, values, chilling,
So I come from
parties.
I come from a very strict family.
Aye.
Yes, growing up, my parents were extremely strict. I couldn't go out. I couldn't go and visit friends.
Wow.
Yes, I
And-
couldn't go to parties. No, it was forbidden in my household. Yeah. yes, it was. And
Wow.
and I guess maybe that's why I developed the habit of watching movies. And maybe that's why I'm very introverted, because while all the other kids were outside playing, I was home watching movies.
Wow.
And emulating the characters from the movies that I was
Okay,
watching.
think through this. I'm going to be asking you about some of the characters that probably shaped you to become who you are now, that you used to watch. But so she was that fine girl in the area that you can't go to her house.
You understand? And she's what we used to call half caste, And so
yeah.
you definitely cannot.
You can't
approach.
go
to the
go
house.
there.
They have dogs. It's a typical Dansoman house or cantonment house. They will have dogs.
Oh,
they'll
so you've
have
been following for
big
that long
brothers.
too?
No, not her exactly.
You're saying
she's
typical.
That
yeah,
type.
You know.
Yeah.
he's expanding the package.
You can't go there. You dare not.
You how?
Yeah. How?
They have big brothers. They have dogs. They have. Is that a kind of?
Yes, we had dogs in the house,
Oh my
and
God.
you know the gate where it says "Beware of dogs." Yes, we had that boldly inscripted on the gate.
But it meant other dogs too. Like it wasn't just animal.
Not animal dogs.
Alhaji Sidi Kubwari, he would, you don't come around his kids. Nah.
Did you ever feel the weight of your old boy on you? Because it's an establishment, a name that we can never forget when we talk about movies and film in this country. Did you ever feel pressured, like, wow, I need to make sure that I live up to my father's name?
No, I don't think I ever felt the pressure. No, he was toying in his own path, and I was doing mine. The only thing, of course, because he had built this legacy for himself, there was no way I wanted to do anything to damage that. And so maybe that's why I've been very focused on trying to lead a very scandalous lifestyle.
How have you managed that? Because
goodness.
from saying that you're from a strict home, and then also the consciousness of not wanting to taint your dad's name and then his legacy and everything that he's done, and then yet still being in an industry where it's so easy for you to slip, right, by no fault of yours, or by people just wanting to rubbish whatever you're doing on your brand. How have you managed to just stay grounded?
I think it's just basically my moral upbringing. I've just been really very disciplined. I grew up knowing that maybe because of growing up in a religious home. So I grew up knowing that this was wrong and that was wrong, So if I went this way, I know that there will be repercussions, So that's just basically what has been, I have my head screwed on very well.
Okay.
And I've seen it in her work ethic. I mean, it's the second time we've worked together. I mean, when you see Nadia on set, anybody who's worked with her before will tell you, and she looks unapproachable. She's the kind of person
That's the word I was
you don't
looking
want to.
for.
I remember the first time we shot,
Yes.
we worked together. Oof. I was complaining to the director. She friendly. And she was supposed to be playing my love interest, So I didn't know how to go about it. When you're approaching her, you want to add that respect. Apart from the legacy she's built for herself, she has that discipline, and her work ethic is just simply amazing.
Do you feel you are
I like that.
unapproachable?
You see, that's the thing. People say it, but I don't think I am. Maybe it's because I always have this war face on. Where when I'm working, like, I don't mix. No, I don't mix pleasure or games or whatever with whatever it is that I'm doing.
How did you find Bond, in working on your first and second project? We're going to talk about the second project in a bit.
With Nadia?
Yes.
Oh, the first, like I said, I complained first to the director. I said, I don't know, because I really, this is somebody, and she doesn't like it when I say it, but we grew up watching her.
Yes.
My teenage years, I was watching her. She was in her prime. And so there's that respect, in approaching her. Whilst you're shooting together, she's your colleague.
And now there's a picture of you in bed with her. We'll come to that.
You've come far, bro. Let me move my glasses on that.
There's a whole picture of you in bed with another guy.
I'm watching on TV. Being from TV to duvet, too much. I'm just like, bro, you've won, or do you know? I know, bro, you've won.
You won in life,
I've made it in life, man. Yeah. So I have a trick. Or I had a trick. And she talks about it sometimes, It's the gentlemanliness in us, So it's one time when she's sitting there, I'll go and say, "Please, are you okay?"
Yeah.
He says she's okay.
That's what he used actually
That's
to
what he
break.
used.
To break the ice. Like that's what. Because every time I'd be like alone on my phone, he would be like, "Are you okay?"
Please, how do you draw the line? A bit of a hard question. How do you draw the line between somebody hitting on you with such questions and somebody?
He didn't come across as hitting on me. He came across as.
Go Godwin, go Godwin.
She has no idea.
No.
He was such a gentleman, and I tell him that all the time. While everyone else was focused doing their own thing, like he would come every time to ask if I was okay and if there was anything I needed.
Now that
And I
you
thought that was really sweet.
Please don't go and use it when you're working with her. It's my trick.
Not working.
Now the next set, everybody, are you okay?
How important is it to break the ice such, when you go on set with people that you're working first time? And this goes out to both of you. Let me start with you, Nadia. Or sometimes business, just leave it at business.
Yeah, I people I'm working with for the first time, no, I don't. There's no ice breaking. I'm just focused, and half the time, I have conversations with the director, especially if there are going to be like intimate scenes. I have conversations with the director to let them know how uncomfortable I am and how we can go around it, But with people I'm working with for the first time, there really isn't any ice breaking.
She gave me a hard time, honestly. She gave me a hard time, but I think, after some time, I also help her with her lines sometimes.
Yes.
So I think that helped. I have this gift of remembering lines. I can remember your lines and remember mine. Yeah. So sometimes when you forget yours, then I'll tell you that.
And during the time, sorry to cut you, during the time that we're filming, I was going through so much. Like there was so much personal stuff I was dealing with. So I wasn't really focused on my lines. So every time he would come and then I would ask if we could do it, and he really helped me out.
And one may ask, what are these personal things?
Oh,
No, I'm not even asking for an answer, but somebody will say, what personal things? Can Nadia be going through?
It's just personal stuff.
But also we
Family.
appreciate the fact that you're still going through everything, but you can still put that aside and draw the line between that and work.
Even while on set, there was one time my home got robbed.
What?
Yes, and we had to film, and I had to ignore it. I had to pretend nothing had happened, and we just went through it,
Wow. Because you also mentioned that there's no ice breaking, this will be to Nadia and Godwin, right? Beyond the movie, in promo and all of that, you need to work together with the crew and then also mainly the cast in making sure you're propagating the gospel of this new movie even before it premieres, right? If you're keeping that wall up or not breaking the ice, how do you manage to, do that and then also make sure that you're keeping it business-like? Sometimes I understand that
keep the KPIs
yes,
going,
it can go beyond the business when you guys, familiarize more and more, and then it gets into friendship and then being family. But how does it build up for you?
Well, with this particular movie, because it was our second, working with him, it was our second time. It felt really, because we had built some sort of friendship from the first movie, so it was more like a walk in the park.
I agree. It was quite easy. I've actually become like family.
Yeah.
So, I'll help with, you choose your family very well. I chose it very well. So she's absolutely right. It is important to create some form of should I say synergy? Some form of connection with the person you're working with.
Definitely.
It's not always the case.
With a duvet covered,
Charlie, it's not always the case. And you can relate.
Yes.
Jay, you all can relate, because you start out like this. This space always offers us that opportunity to build that kind of connection and family with people. It's dicey because sometimes it hasn't end well when you go overboard. Yeah. But it's life. You give it a try. If friendship comes up, great. If it doesn't, you remain very professional.
We were talking to two Nigerian influencers who starred in the movie. We're talking about intimate scenes, and when you mentioned that, how you manage intimate scenes, what kind of convos what kind of limits do you speak to the director on? Because you've starred in a lot of movies, and I'm sure you had instances. How do you manage such scenes?
So there are conversations had. We have to sit and speak about it. It's very important, especially with the director. How far you want it to go, how you want it done, and we would have an agreement before he even starts rolling.
Okay.
So yes.
Forever in a Night. Did this have such moments where it challenged both of you in any way?
No.
Okay. So it's like
no. Because before, so the very first project we worked on, that was worse, way worse,
I like your laughter.
Goodness.
Yes,
I'm going to be vulnerable. Please, I'm coming. No, I think it's the first time I'll say this. I've done a lot of projects, but that first project she's talking about, 21 Days Inside, that the serial, that was the first time on any project that I was moved physically.
Okay.
In that intimate scene.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life, it was so embarrassing. So embarrassing for me, and I was just hoping. I remember after we cut, I went downstairs. I wanted to call my best friend. I was like,
Charlie,
bro, Charlie, I messed up. I'm just hoping that she didn't
take it the wrong way,
or she didn't feel, I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed.
It can be quite difficult. I mean, being an actor and an actress, and having to experience such. But there's always a way to make we the viewers go like, hey. But for we those one as our production, we say the director, the editor, the editor is the one who's
And there's something about Nadia that I noticed. If you watched a lot of her movies, you'd see. If you're an actor and you're a fine man, and you think and you think you're good at what you do, and you're working with someone who is so professional, and you have such an intimate scene. First of all, you want to make sure that your mouth is smelling well. You're smelling good. You do all the things that you need to do. And then you have this scene, and in the makeout scene, she's not the kissing scene. She's not opening her mouth. She's not really kissing you. She has a very fine way of going about it. So it made me question myself. Like, wait though, but I'm a nice guy. Why is she not? She kept it very. And so when that incident happened, it made it even more worse for me. I was like, this person didn't even open herself up to the scene, And so then now I get an erection too. It's embarrassing. It's very, very embarrassing.
Bro, you went
I think it's a risk of the trade. I don't think it should be embarrassing. I think it's a tough. Like, bro, it's a tough job to make it believable. I mean,
It has to be real.
Yeah, to make it believable. I mean, like Jackie Chan has punched a legendary amount of stunt actors. hurtfully. Like some of the things you see in the martial arts
Yeah.
films,
Yeah.
you'll think, oh, edit and sound.
Yeah.
But some people really, they collect blows. And they've got to know that if you're working with some of these martial arts guys, they go punch you.
Yeah.
So I think in this intimacy, it's human. The more you want to make it believable,
That's why some
Yeah,
of
if
us.
you watch-
the
if you
risk is
watch
always
that
there.
Scene, you know what he's talking
Yeah.
about. It
So we
was
are going to watch this
extremely
tomorrow, ASAP.
believable.
In the 21.
Yeah.
We had a
21 days in or
21 days inside, but I mastered the thing now. So
Legend.
We we will find it and we will send it to the inquiry body and
Yes,
see how we
please.
can.
There shall be a review.
There shall be a review of
You
our-
will be contacted.
Yes, please.
Now tell us a bit about Forever in a Night. Let's talk about this movie. What
Okay.
I know you won't give everything off, but what is it about? And let's just have a bit of understanding.
Do you want to take it?
Yeah, sure. I remember where I was when Nadia shared the story with me.
Okay.
I was trying to write my own story, and then she shares this story, this beautiful story of a dream she had. And she's someone who I know don't remember her dreams, But when she said that, I had this dream, and I think this is going to be a good story, and I see you for this role, and I see this person for this role, and I see this person for this role. I was like, ooh, we haven't seen such romantic movies in Ghana for a long time. Those days, you go to the cinema, or you be at home and watch DVD, watch VCD, you watch all these great stories that they used to tell us. She talks about this lady who has it all, married to the most handsome, well-to-do man. Just like you asked earlier, Jay, Nadia too has problems. Yeah, it feels like
That sounds like a movie we need to watch. Nadia too has problems. Yes.
yeah. So this lady has it all, yet something is missing. Something is missing, and she's looking for that thing, and she wants to know if it's going to happen in the night. For some reason, is she going to find that thing she's looking for? And it's just a coincidence. Anyways,
You're not saying this.
I'm not saying anything well. Please say it.
It's not her wanting to know whether or not she was gonna find that in one night. It just happened.
Right.
Okay, so this is something that she's been wanting.
Okay.
So two very vulnerable strangers meet at a night and they experience everything they've ever wanted to experience
yes.
in one night.
Uh-huh.
And then now it's the next morning and they're wondering, reality hits and they're wondering, where do we go from here?
Okay.
Do we go back to our lives?
Okay.
Or do we take this
Okay,
further?
so I see two gentlemen in the promo picture.
Yes.
Now, if you can just clarify how and what and who and
So this one.
yes.
Oh, you love
Not just spell a story.
You love me.
There's a third guy in the picture now.
Yes,
There
indeed.
is.
Aha.
So it's a story about this woman who is torn between who she wants to end up with. And
Okay.
then that's
Okay.
just basically these guys.
Okay.
So this woman and these guys.
Okay, so to the guy on the left, it's supposed to be just character-wise. Who's the character on the left? I mean, I know it's not it's Godwin, but I mean, who's the character on the left?
So the thing is, if I told you that, I'd be giving the story.
No. I get it. I'm not gonna get you to a point where you spill too much. Just so people understand who
So the thing is, she's torn between who to be with, and if I
Okay.
told you this is who she's with,
Okay.
or this is who, it would
So these are two guys competing.
competing.
Oh,
Absolutely,
interesting.
Which
yeah.
seems to be the case in real life for a lot of women.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
it's
what?
very relatable.
Wow.
Sure, I'm just saying, I feel like every
Right, now
woman,
you have allergies.
My neck,
Your
spin
spine.
me.
I feel like every woman has
This
that.
story is so relatable.
Yeah.
Trust me. I think a lot, if not
Uh-huh.
90% of women go through.
And do you go through
No, I don't.
the beware of dog house?
Did anybody tame the dog?
So any moments in this movie, the making, that it's worth sharing, because I can tell that there will definitely be moments and highlights in there that would present, considering what the story is about and what has to be done in the story. Not necessarily intimate, but I just want to understand moments in the making of this movie.
So this movie is Forever in a Night. 90% of the movie or 95% of the movie was shot in the night, in the evening.
Oh.
Yes, and that was our major challenge.
Okay.
There was one particular scene we used the entire, because we started filming at 5, we started filming at 6. The entire night was focused on filming just that one scene, and we ended up losing
That
the
day,
nightlife because because around 6, which was when the sun was out, we hadn't gotten any shot. And so we had to go back there again and reshoot the entire thing, which was, I think that's one. And there were mosquitoes. Oh my goodness! And that's one scene we'll never forget filming.
The shooting of the thing is memorable.
Yes.
Even shooting it is so memorable. It's a story on its own.
It was very challenging. It was very challenging because I'm a very, and I say this all the time, because I'm a very hands-on and present mother, filming, so would film from maybe like I said, from 6 in the evening and then wrap up like around 5 a.m. Then I have to go home and try to get my kids ready for school and then drop them off, come back, and I only had a little window to nap. And by the time I was done with house chores and everything, I would have to go back to pick them up from school, bring them home, and then drive back to set.
Before you watch the trailer, and Gordon, pardon me on this, what kind of mother are you? Are you the strict mother, beware of dogs too?
So, I mean, beware of dogs. I have my moments.
Okay.
So there are times when my kids experience the very beautiful, loving. I'm their friend side, and then there are times when they receive the very strict side.
I hate to ask, sorry, I'm prying to the private life. How many kids?
4.
4, beautiful.
And let me also just mention that I love how you've shielded your children from the public eye, in that I'm sure it's only those who are really close to you who will actually identify that this is Nadia's children. I like that a lot, because I think there's this difficulty and also pressure to put your family out there as a public personality. And if there's anyone in Ghana who has done that so well, I think you are. And I look up to doing the same.
Godwin.
That's actually
Godwin, when are they coming?
Really nice.
Godwin.
These are when are they coming?
When are they coming?
Let's pray.
We are ready to pray.
I'm inspired by you guys.
We are waiting on you, my brother.
I'll follow you soon.
They said that the Ghanaian way, they start giving pressure, necessary pressure.
Okay, we got supply chain.
Listen, how about we go and check out the trailer to Forever in the Night now on the screens?
Okay.
Hey girl, are you ready for tonight? I am.
I don't know about that.
Tonight I make you feel alright.
Oh, babe, this is really beautiful.
I can't wait to call you my wife officially. Will you marry me? I decided to go on ahead and set the wedding date in 3 weeks.
I'm so bored. We should be celebrating, Nana. We're about to get married, though.
Why don't you have an early bachelorette this weekend?
Okay, bitches, let's party.
You only find your soulmate once in a lifetime.
Love, come closer, 'cause I want your heart next to me.
You sure you didn't do right?
I had the best time of my life ever.
Wow, clap for yourself.
Can we like go somewhere, you and I, tonight?
We're Hanson, okay?
Into the future with you.
Wait, the 26th of March will be remembered for another thing.
You guys are doing a bachelorette this coming Friday.
Something is happening.
Woohoo! Oh my goodness!
Is this the story you want to remain permanent for the rest of your life? Shall we?
You sure?
Well, if you ask me, I'm just deducing a lot of things from the short trailer we just watched. That there's this, looks like there's this well-to-do, I don't know if I can say that, and then there's this very regular, ordinary guy. Yeah, you see, I
tell you, some guy was Alachakabi, and but women, you're very, very interesting.
This sounds like a plan. This is going to be very interesting, very relatable. Like you said, I see why you're saying it's very relatable, because these are situations that people find themselves
every
in.
day.
And you see, from what I'm getting from this story, I hate to say this, but what I'm getting from this story, I'm seeing that there just might be a tilt towards the character that you played.
No, come and see it.
There's that argument that yes, a woman might want to have somebody who's well-to-do and all those things, but sometimes the real guys, real guys find to make their way.
They say they want the security, and then they have the security.
But they have some.
Yeah, there's some guy,
ghetto guy
who's not doing. We don't know what exactly the guy is doing, but that's what is catching the woman.
Exactly. Nadia, what inspires this movie? What is
Just clearing my throat.
What inspired the story? What inspired the story?
So obviously, because it's relatable, and to be honest with you, like he said, it was a dream. So I woke up one morning, and usually I don't remember my dreams. Like either I would forget the entire thing, or I'd remember like bits and pieces of it. But this particular story, I woke up and I remembered every detail, like right from beginning to the very end. Yes. And so I just knew I had to do something with it. So I called my brother, who's the director of the movie and editor, and I called, asked him to come over. He came over, I gave him a plot synopsis because I had written it down, gave him a plot synopsis, and then we developed it, and he obviously put his own twist to it. So yeah, that's what inspired it. It was mainly a dream.
Family into the work, into business. Let's talk about that as well. Because I mean, I've seen Samira. In
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, go ahead. So I mean, involvement of the family into, is it that the Buari family is a movie house?
The franchise.
Yes, it is. I think a long time ago, I don't know if you guys remember, but a long time ago there was this thing where we wanted to have a reality show of our family because I felt like we were incredibly talented. I wanted the world to see what my family was made up of. And of course, from Jeed Rogers, my brother, yes, and then to Samira, who's also here, and then there's Jay, who is a fantastic director and editor. And then my mom, who has always been responsible for my outlook. You know, she costumed the movie.
Oh,
she was in charge of the wardrobe. Yeah, so
wow, the whole family.
The whole family, actually,
nice
yes. And if I can't use my platform to push my family, I mean, what better way?
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so Godwin, this movie. In total, now you have to be part of the family.
Yes, so
Godwin Buari at this point in time. At this point in time, you change your surname. So
use your
Godwin Buari.
Yeah. Just run me through on how you felt, being part of this production in entirety.
Jay,
being very honest.
Okay, so he's just laughing.
Yes.
Oh goodness. So my flaws came to play because at the time I was.
Sorry, did you at one point in time say that it's people to doing family?
Hey, did he?
Please relax.
I knew there was something in there.
For me, please. No, yes. I mean, so at the time we're shooting, like she said, we're shooting overnight. So I had my morning show.
I was just going to ask, overnight, so morning show.
Yes. So, like she said, you film to like 5 a.m. I have to rush home, quickly shower, get ready to come on the morning show at the time at MX24. And then when I'm done, I like to work out after the show. So finish, go work out, and then have that little window to return. So I was a bit cranky on set. I'll whine and complain, and I was tired, and I said, why is this person not doing this? Why is this person, we had lots of challenges because we were shooting overnight. Looking back, I should have been a bit more considerate.
So those moments, do you at any point in time feel like this guy is not, I don't like the way he's acting?
He was annoying me half the time.
She knows me.
He was annoying half the time, and but I understood exactly where he was coming from because, of course, there were challenges that came with the production. Sometimes we would come on set and either it's the weather or we have technical difficulties, so that obviously will make somebody who had to return the next day for morning show very cranky.
Is it difficult working with, let me just quote unquote Ghanaian teams, from actors especially, like working, this morning, for example, we are talking about ranting from one of the Ghanaian artists to another because of collaboration. We're not seeing promotion afterwards. There's such things. You guys have been in that, film space. Is it difficult working with? I know Ghanaian artisans there. I give it to them. You call it Ghanaian means, carpenter, or this plumber is another nightmare. But what about working together? Is it in all your experiences? Is it easy, or when you're going to go into this space, you have to advise people that, listen, get ready for ego play?
My problem is a lot of times these people think they're doing you a favor, and that's where the problem. They don't. Of course, there are those who are very passionate about, and then there are the others who feel like if I'm not there, it will not happen. And those are the people that we usually have issues with because they come on set and they're dragging their feet and it's just basically annoying. And
because you mentioned you go.
You sure?
Yeah.
To add to that, yes, I totally agree with you. I think that sometimes we're quick to put the blame at the table of somebody else. I think we're all guilty. But like you said, we complain about the artisans, but we're also shitty at what we do when we go somewhere else. Forgive my language. I keep forgetting I'm on TV.
Sorry.
Yes. So yeah, we are all guilty. Most of us are guilty. So while I'll blame the cameraman for thinking that he's doing the producer, the executive producer a favor,
the artists will also come on
the
set.
actors will come, not come early,
not
come early.
Yeah.
Just come sit down, not know their lines. So both actors and behind the camera crew, we are all guilty.
Okay.
I think it's just our attitude as Ghanaians. Yeah.
Because you mentioned this, right? Would you say that, also still in reference to the artist conversation we're having earlier today, would you think or say that it has to do with relationship, right? And void of any personal relationships, do you also think that handpicking whoever you want to be on your production based on you knowing whatever their work ethics are, so that when they come on set, you don't have all of these back and forth and the squabbles and all of that, then you know that everybody on set is a professional, and so these other negative ripple effects are not going to be there?
Yeah, that's why I said there are those who come with that professionalism, and then there are those who come with the nonchalant attitude. So you just like you said, you have to handpick, but also over familiarization is a problem.
Familiarity breeds contempt.
Exactly. Don't if people those are the type of people that will come and make you feel like they're doing you a favor. But if you leave them at you're here to do your job level, they will do their bit. And
I don't think that even the familiarity should be a problem. Like I was saying about you, we were friends, but when it comes to work, you're all about work. I've seen a few directors, a few producers.
But because you compose yourself well.
Yeah, because there are people.
So I'm saying that the familiarization shouldn't be a problem. So you can know a person.
Shouldn't, but it
shouldn't be, right? So we could be friends and everything, but I think what we don't have is separating work from friendship, from pleasure, knowing that she's paying me to be on this job, and the fact that she's my friend.
Talking about that, how much did you take, bro?
Oh, let's make that the thumbnail.
And that brings another conversation on. I know we will come back to the movie, in details and wrap it up. But that how do you deal with the finances bit of the conversation about engaging friends? Because it's a hard talk. Like,
there are a lot of I beg.
The budget is not big. The budget is not big.
Yeah, the budget.
Universal magic word, bro.
This movie, for instance, I personally funded it. So of course, if I'm having people come on board, it's a lot of, can you help me consider? Because of course I can't pay Godwin his worth, and neither can I pay any other person their worth. So I'll negotiate with you and just let you know that this is the budget I have. Is it okay? Would you be okay to come on board with this budget? And then we'll take you from there.
And then also knowing that
she's been modest. She paid everybody. She paid every single person.
Because you see, I've seen that if I make one and I be on set, Charlie,
bro, she paid everybody.
And I think that's a message that needs to be said.
Family.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's good.
Yeah, I was saying that's a message that needs to be amplified, because a lot of time in the creative space,
it's
paying people, even if when they say they'll pay or there's budget to pay, the money usually they reach. Ground. So.
I don't like to take advantage of anybody, regardless. Even if you're my best friend, I would pay you.
She would pay.
Like I paid my family. I paid I paid
director.
The director. I paid my mom who costumed her. I paid everybody, each and every. Awesome. Yeah, just also to motivate them, so the next time, they would still be there.
Now, Nadia, because you've been in the industry for over a decade, right, or over a decade and a half, right? What would you say the Ghanaian movie industry has to offer? I'm asking this also because now people keep saying that, we don't have an industry, and I appreciate a lot the people who still pour into the industry, their talent, their time, their energy, and all of that, right? I doff my hat to all of them, and I think that it's amazing because now you also get to go and keep going because of the applauses, right? But at the point where you're not hearing the applauses anymore and people are just trying to poke holes in everything that you do, what would you say the state of the industry is now, and how can it get better?
There was a time where the industry took a nosedive, but I feel like we're in a way we've resurrected. We're trying to, and I feel like the people who are doing it are basically doing it because they're very passionate. Like I'm very passionate about it. It's the passion that's driving us. If it wasn't the passion, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would just pack their bags and baggages and just, just say this is it. But I feel like now more than anything, while we're trying to revive the industry, we need a lot of support, a lot of investment from corporate bodies, even from very resourced individuals, people who have the means to support. But right now we're floating.
But I beg to ask this slightly tough question that we have legends like yourself, and a few minutes ago, Ajiti left here as well. I mean, the influence that you carry is unimaginable. If you cover it today, it will make waves. Tomorrow, all the blogs we're talking about it, And I still wonder why we don't get people to invest, because if Nadia did the movie today, Africa will talk about it. Africa should talk about it. So why then are we not getting the... Maybe, let me just mention brands that are not in Ghana. Yeah. Maybe some Sony and Co. to say that, listen, there's an African name here, because, I mean, you, Majid, like these names, when it's like Black Stars team, the Mohamed Gago days. Yeah.
Maybe.
No, go ahead.
Maybe it's because they feel like they're not going to recoup their capital. Maybe
how is that possible?
Because of maybe how maybe because as a people, of course, well, now there's a diversities of viewing outlets we have, which is like the social media. So everybody is basically doing, their attention is on other things. So now to drive people's attention to movies is, you have to work 10 times harder. Whereas as before, it was very different. Someone would invest, like, let's say maybe $100,000 in a movie and would be able to make the money back and even break profit, But now it's like, because of everything, the saturation, it's kind of hampering that, in my opinion. So if we're able to get them to be convinced that, for instance, we have just one viewing outlet with regards to cinemas, and that's Silverbird. How are you assured that if you put in $100,000, you're going to recoup? Because there's only so many people Silverbird cinemas can take. So maybe if people invested in cinemas, outlets. Yes, exactly, outlets. Maybe that. Yeah.
Nadia, what about? Okay,
let me. How much time do I?
Go ahead. We'll fire on this.
I'm
Let's
very
go.
passionate about this. I side with Nadia. I have a contention, and here's the challenge, Jay. I think that if we did the work as much as we complained and talked, we will be matching the Nigerians who have the numbers over three. It's a numbers game in this industry, and Nigeria has the numbers. We've seen very terrible movies coming from Nigeria, but they're on Netflix, and Nigerians find a way to celebrate that terrible work. I think it's about our attitude and our mentality. And I was telling Nadia some few days ago that I'm equally guilty, because starting out, I was just comparing everything we did here with everybody else. Nigeria is doing this one we can't take this to America, you can't do this here. Forgetting that we need to start off at home. We need to celebrate our own. Even the small movies we're doing here that we do not regard, we need to start regarding it. We need to start appreciating schemes like the Ghana Movie Awards and all these other awards. We need to elevate our industry from home. When we do, that's how we can export.
Can I ask a very honest question to both of you? Who would you say? Name one person who you say is the next Nadia Buari in Gen Z today?
Oh,
good.
Yes.
So you see where my problem is, that one, the legacy hasn't been handed over properly. Number two, we haven't identified greats, because I mean, there might be some popular young actors and actresses, no two ways about it. But from the days of maybe if I end it at John Dumelo's era, it's been quite difficult identifying certain actors and actresses that have gone super national. To carry that same, not influencers. I'm not talking influencers and content creators. I'm talking actors and actresses. So I don't know.
We didn't have and how do I say this politely? We didn't have a well structured enough industry to withstand the tsunami that was social media. Because you mentioned John Dumelo, and the era where John was actively still being on screen every day literally overlaps with when social media took off and went crazy.
Yes.
And people have the same attention span. So if I'm going to have to now, we came from cassette to VCD to DVD to streaming. And when that jump from all these solid media to streaming happened, we were ill prepared to make the jump with the rest of the world.
Yes.
So the audience that was in love with everybody else had to jump without the stars.
Indeed.
Do you get it? It took us 3-4 years for our stars to be able to get on. We are still celebrating Amazon Prime and Netflix, but people have been on that for 10 years.
Yeah. Ah, okay. I get you.
You get what I'm saying? So we are late to the party. So those stars that we should have had by now are now in their formative years because
Also,
we are
what
now
about
on
professionalism? Like, what about?
It's what I'm saying, Jay, that if we did the work as much as we complained, because some of the movies that are going to the Oscars, the movies that are going to the Cannes, the Toronto Film Festivals, are independent movies from different countries, from Asia, from all these other places. We are talking and complaining without really doing the work. If we're a good actor, let us see it. Don't tell us that we have good actors in this country. If there are good actors, we will see it. Jay, if you watch a movie and you see a good actor, you will know that this is a good actor.
Yeah.
If the movie is good, you will know the movie is good. If you send that movie to a film festival or the world is celebrating that movie, you will see it. But we are all for, I do understand all the other things that we are saying, but I'm saying that I think that if we focused on doing the work, Godwin has to be the best he can be. Nadia is doing the best she can. All these producers are doing the best they can. The world will see out, and we celebrate it. The world.
But that's not what we are doing already.
The thing is, how are we going to see that? It's somebody has to believe in you to be able to give you that.
On.
To put you on, and that's where the investment comes in. Because for me, the last movie I shot was in 2018. From then till now, I'm only so there's only, because it's personally funded, there's only so much I can do.
I agree.
And when I set up NSB Studios, the plan was to give people brand new faces, brand new talents, the opportunity to unearth their talents. That was a goal. I didn't even plan to use any known face, and that was right from jump when I started. But how am I can't be consistent with that.
Not sustainable.
Because where's the funds? So if even with the little funds we have, we're trying to make magic. We're trying to make the most out of that. So imagine if we had that. So we'll definitely be able to give the others the platform to showcase their talent, and then we can sell it to the world.
I don't disagree with Nadia. What I'm saying is that every industry needs investment to grow. Every industry, agribusiness, financial sector, everybody needs investment to grow. But an investor wants to make sure that whatever I'm putting my money in is worth it. Do you understand? I'm saying that if we focus on the work, we have talents in this country.
A lot.
Actors, and
but Nadia is worth it.
Yes, no.
Absolutely.
Not their generation.
Absolutely. No, I don't mean them. I
would be in a movie, but what's the guarantee that this investor would be able to make the money? So we have to change the attitude of our people.
So you agree with me? Yeah. Attitude and mentality, right?
Yes, so that they can patronize our movies, so the investors can get their.
But also, I think what Godwin is referring to is not the generation that Jay referred to, or that Nadia is
talking about now.
The
legacy that we want
generation
to leave.
after you, right? After Nadia, Yvonne Nelson, Yvonne Okoro, Majid Michelle, and
Wesley
Wesley Snipes. You mentioned another name, John Dumelo. The generation after, right? We can't exactly now sit down and over the top of our heads pinpoint that if I'm looking for another John Dumelo in the generation after John Dumelo, who is that going to be? I think that's what Godwin is referring to. And I think maybe somewhere along the line, we dropped the ball. Maybe consciously or unconsciously. Because I think that
the biggest sacrifice that... the biggest sacrifice that's going to create another Nadia or John is delayed self-gratification.
There you go.
Which I believe in 100%.
Investment.
Self-gratification?
Yes. The ego, the applause, you are a star now.
And you just keep going and keep going and
keep going. TikTok today, by evening is trending.
Yeah.
That's 6 years build up. Did you see John's first film? When he was there?
When he was little.
The Baby Thief.
Yeah. Before he grew up and became, John Dumelo is so cute.
Yeah.
The gap between Baby Thief and that John Dumelo is almost decades. That's delayed gratification. You do other things with your life, but stay consistent and invest in one thing till you reach the apex of that career. We've lost that as a society. People enter a job entry level and want this, a house and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
People start training at the gym today and quit next week because nothing really happened. We've lost it. So until people get back into that mindset, it's going to be across every industry.
We wish we could have had this con with. Okay, go ahead.
Just one last question, right? Because of what Cyril said, I'm very ticked off about people who want fast growth in anything, right? Because I believe that you also have to put a lot of work in there. For example, I'm looking at Nadia Buari, who has had a good run in her career, and she's showing me the clothes, the houses, the shoes, the bags, everything, right? The lifestyle. And then me, who started this morning. I want the same thing. So please, I think that I've said it so many times on here to the younger ones, right? But for you, for those who look up to you, who want to be like you, who also, know that, acting, well, it will not pay me a lot, but I need to strive and be that. What will be your advice to that young girl? Because it's not easy.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. I would... First of all, I'd say that before you want to be me, make sure you really want to be me. Make sure you're not persuaded by
how I really enter.
I love this.
Wow, yeah.
Make sure it's not about the glitz and glam. Make sure it's not about that at all. Make sure you're very passionate, because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. Acting has always been my ardent passion. I'm extremely passionate, and I've been consistent because my passion drives that consistency. So before you say I want to be a Nadia Buari, ask yourself, is this really, is because Nadia started from like 2006, and she's been working, she's featured in a million movies, and she never really stopped, she never really quit. So is this is this the energy that I think I have? Is this what I want, as opposed to, okay, maybe if I did 2 movies, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be driving a Range Rover the next day. No. Make sure
and they don't know.
And be disciplined. Be really disciplined.
And they don't know the work that you put in, going to hustle.
They have.
Should I tell them?
When I started,
in America,
I always say when I started, I was looking for the exposure and then the experience, and I did everything and anything because I wanted to get the experience. I wanted to get the exposure. I wanted people to know what I had to offer. So I've worked.
Which is this American story? Yeah, you say quickly. I don't tell myself.
Before I come and check her.
She went hard working.
She hustled. Yes. In Hollywood, Nadia is hustling in Hollywood though. She's seen things as she's there. Anyways. But Jay, the last thing I want to say, the challenge I have, I know we are out of time.
Yes.
The challenge I have is that this is the only industry, this is our craft, the creative arts sector. Is the only sector that anybody at all can get up and call themselves something, right? You can't go and put on your Instagram profile that you're a doctor. You cannot. You cannot say you're a lawyer. There are certain things you can't say. You dare not. I'm a creative. You understand? So you see people write actor, actress, director. Okay. So if this profession can allow you to just put anything on your Instagram, what will really show is your work. Do the work that you say you are, and we will see it. That's all that's what I think. You go to school for 4 years, go study this craft, and I can put on my whatever and say a trained actor, and I might even be terrible, but at least, I can put it there. If you haven't trained yourself and you come and put it there and say you are this, then show us the
not
work.
too loud. If the Rwandan president hears it, you put a license. Not already that the pastors in Rwanda have been given a license. You do then they'll bring it here. So that's you. But anyway, when is your action? When is this movie?
My friend has action.
So this movie is premiering on the 9th of November at the Silverbird Cinemas, Accra and West Hills Mall. And it's not only on the 9th, it's from the 9th. So if you miss out on the 9th, you can still get to see it on the 10th, the subsequent days, from the 9th of November. And there are 2 showings. So there's 7 p.m. and then 9 p.m. And it's going for only 100 Ghana cedis only.
Understood.
Yes.
And you can get tickets, please. Just scan the QR code.
Yes.
We have flyers all
when
around.
you go on my page or on his page, you see the flyer. My Instagram, I am Nadia Buari. You see the flyers. Just scan the QR code and
locally produced will be 100 Ghana cedis per.
100
Ghana.
Lots of comments here.
And you get to see some very surprise.
Beam.
Stop, boys. Stonebwoy has a little feature in that. And,
Into the future
I
we
saw the
go.
YouTube video you two did. Just a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Oh, my Beam Nation, my Beam fans, make sure you represent my Beam family.
I don't have anything to say.
It's okay.
But we'll see. Anyway, thank you so very much.
Thank you
Truly
for
grateful
having
for
us.
this. Viewers as well, thank you so much for staying on with us here. We're back on Monday for another edition of Culture Daily, and we out.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Telecel.